Today, we explore the strings of devotion, India's sacred strings. We're going to start with the Veena, instrument of the goddess. The Veena is one of the oldest known instruments in the world, with roots in India going back at least 3,500 years. And in Hindu mythology, it is the instrument of Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge, music, and the arts. Early carvings from the Indus Valley civilization shows Veena-like instruments, and that suggests that it predicates over written Indian music theory. However, there is no direct evidence of the Veena being part of this civilization in its modern form. And based on archaeological findings, it's subject to interpretation of what musical instruments actually came from this era. The earliest type, the Rudra Veena, emerged around the time of the Vedic era and was played in temples and royal courts. And over time, these regional variations appeared. So the Veena's long body represents knowledge, and its strings, the harmony of mind and soul. And even today, its beautiful tone is used in temples and meditation that reminds the listeners that every note is a step towards enlightenment. Next up, the Tanpura. Every performance in Indian classical music begins with the Tanpura. Now, this instrument doesn't play the melody, but it creates the space for melody. And its constant drone is symbolic of the universe itself, steady, infinite, and divine. This instrument likely developed from ancient long-necked lutes, which were used in maintaining pitch during sacred chants. The Tanpura's modern form was solidified in the medieval period, around the 13th to 15th century. In paintings and manuscripts, saints and bards are often shown holding the Tanpura, emphasizing its devotional use. And every musician, vocalist, or instrumentalist relies on it for tuning and emotional grounding. Next up, the sitar. The sitar is India's most recognizable string instrument. Its name means 3 strings, though modern ones have many more. This beautiful instrument likely evolved in the 1200s to the 1300s after the arrival of the Persian long-necked lutes, which were brought to India during the Delhi Sultanate period. And by the Mughal era, the sitar had acquired a larger gourd resonator, curved movable frets, and sympathetic strings. The Mughal courts became the center of development as musicians blended Persian and Indian musical traditions. Then, in the 20th century, sitar maestros introduced it to the world, and it became iconic in the West during the 1960s and 70s, influencing artists like the Beatles. And lastly, the Sarod. Now, this instrument speaks in a lower, deeper voice, but it's full of emotion and reflection, and it's the instrument of introspection that's known for its smooth slides and haunting tone. Its ancestry traces to the rabab, a Central Asian lute that was brought to India around the Mughal period. Afghan origin musicians adapted it into a fretless metal fingerboard instrument that allowed Indian-style sliding notes, but in the 18th and 19th centuries, Indian musicians refined it into its modern form, larger, deeper, and more expressive. And unlike fretted instruments, the sarod sings like a human voice. Every slide feels like a whisper, a cry, and a prayer. These four instruments carry the story of India's spiritual and musical journey. And they're not just instruments, but they're living traditions. Hello, thanks so much for watching this educational video. This is part of my educational series of musical instruments. So if you like this video, watch this next video and don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, don't miss a